How's it going, everybody? RazingHel here, and today we're going to be answering the question, what is the Stronghold 2 Steam Edition? So for those who aren't familiar with the Stronghold franchise at all, Stronghold 2 is a 2005 real-time strategy game that focuses around building and sieging castles. Now, the Steam Edition, which was released in fall of 2017, is a remaster of that game. Some new things have been added, some things have been tweaked, so I thought I would give you a rundown of what's new. So, to start with, the Steam Edition of Stronghold 2 now has fully integrated multiplayer matchmaking. So while it was certainly possible before to play through alternative matchmaking clients like Game Ranger, it was simply not possible to create matches in Stronghold 2, the game itself. Now with Steam multiplayer matchmaking, that should remove that issue, so you'll likely see a lot more games being hosted. The one downside to this, and a comment that you'll see come up quite frequently, is the lack of bots in multiplayer matches. So there is still no ability for you to add bots to multiplayer matches to have them fight against you or fight on your side against other players, which is a bit of a shame, given how this is really the only Stronghold besides Stronghold 1 and Stronghold 3 that didn't make bots accessible. Steam Workshop integration has been added to Stronghold 2 Steam Edition, which will allow players to upload their own player creations and share them with other fans of the game. In general, Steam Workshop has worked quite well, although I personally find that fan-curated websites usually offer a higher quality of content. Everything from the Civilization 4 mods to Stronghold mods, I just generally prefer the curation that happens on those websites, where there's actually a little bit of oversight in going into what exactly will show up, and people just can't throw up any old garbage. But Steam Workshop seems to be the future of player creations, and it's now supported in Stronghold 2 Steam Edition. Next, Steam achievements have been added to Stronghold 2 Steam Edition. This is a first for Stronghold 2. While Stronghold Legends did feature in-game achievements, Stronghold 2 never had any such achievements, so the Steam achievements for Stronghold 2 Steam Edition are entirely new. Steam trading cards have also been added for those interested in such diversions, but more importantly, the user interface and the graphics themselves have been remastered for full HD displays. So in general, what this means is the game worlds will look brighter and more vivid. The camera can be zoomed out further by default. The textures should look crisper, the colors themselves should be more vivid, and of course the user interface is now scaled proportionately to the size of screen you're playing on. So you'll notice that the user interface itself has been significantly reduced and it's given a more modern look, much like what was available in Stronghold Legends. For those who are fans of new content, a total of 8 new maps that I could spot have been added, 4 to skirmish and 4 to free build. The skirmish maps are as follows: White Bear, Two-Pronged Crown, Strong and Stable, and Arena of Kings. The maps added to free build are as follows: Coastal County, Lookout Mountain, Rocky Island, and Island Hopping. Now, it is certainly possible that 1 or 2 of these maps have appeared in the game before. However, I'm basing this list off of the files that have been modified in my Stronghold 2 maps folder, because I had Stronghold 2 on Steam previously, so I just took a look at the date modified for these map files, and those were the files that showed up as being modified. So I could be a little bit off there, but in general, like, I've taken a look at the maps myself, and even though I'm not overly familiar with the Stronghold 2 maps, those are certainly ones that I don't recall seeing previously in the game. So for those wondering, how much will this upgrade cost? Well, if you previously owned Stronghold 2 on Steam, your copy of Stronghold 2 on Steam will be upgraded to the Steam Edition at no charge. Otherwise, it's going to be costing 15 USD or your regional equivalent, but at the moment it's 15% off on the store for the next week or so. There has been a little bit of confusion, I think, in terms of who exactly gets the free update for it, and I just want to make clear, if you did not buy Stronghold 2 on Steam, if you do not own a copy of Stronghold 2 on Steam, you're going to have to buy it again on Steam. Like, I have a copy of Stronghold 2 from the DRM free collector's edition DVD. That does not entitle me to a free copy of the game on Steam. So when my copy of Stronghold 2 was upgraded to the Steam Edition, it was actually the copy that I had purchased a few years after the DRM free DVD Stronghold collection. So unfortunately, those players are left a little bit out in the cold, but let's be fair, moving over to the Steam platform is a different platform platform, and it's pretty reasonable to expect you to pay again. Think about it this way: if you buy a game on Steam, you're not just going to freely get the same game on GOG, right? If you buy a game that is sold both on EA's store but then also on Steam, you're not going to get it in both stores. So you could think of it in the same way here. If you buy the DRM free Stronghold collection, it's a little bit unreasonable to expect that you're going to also get a copy of the game on Steam as well, right? I know some game developers do that. I'm just saying that this is not an unreasonable policy here. Unfortunately, for those who preferred the former version of it on Steam, I don't think there's actually any way to roll it back to that version. It's possible you could do this through the beta options, but I haven't personally confirmed it, so you're going to have to try that for yourself. Otherwise, like most games on Steam, once they're updated and you don't get to roll back. In regards to which operating systems are supported, currently on Steam only the Windows platform is supported, but you can play it on Windows XP, Vista 7, 8, and 10. I'm not exactly sure why you would still be using Windows XP or Vista at this point, but apparently according to the hardware specifications, those operating systems are still supported. So if you own the game on Steam, you're not going to be able to install it on a Mac computer or a Linux computer, unfortunately. How big is the update patch? Well, when I went ahead and downloaded the update patch with my game having been previously fully patched and ready to play, the update for the Steam edition was around about 500 megabytes. If you have to download the entire game, it's around 2 to 3 gigabytes. One final question I've seen frequently asked is whether or not the Steam edition of Stronghold 2 will actually unlock the frame rate from the game speed. Unfortunately, this is not the case. I imagine it's an issue with the actual engine the game is built on, but in Stronghold 2, much like in Stronghold Legends, the frame rate is still tied to the game speed. So if you're playing it at game speed 10, you're going to be getting 10 frames per second. That can still be a bit of an issue for people who demand higher frame rates from their games on PC. But anyways, I hope you found that informative. If you have any additional questions, feel free to ask me on Discord. The link to Discord will be in the description below. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time.
That's how you do it, you see. Why don't you have a go? Or are you scared?